Okay, this video is to my white people, and we're talking about beliefs and traits that were passed down through your genetics that you may or may not be aware of and that you're operating out of today. Um, as soon as I started the video, my light went out. We're just going to do it without the light. But this one is about the this is maybe a sensitive topic for some, but it's about the insecurity that the white man feels towards the black man about his genitalia. Which is, it's true. We can act like it's not, but it's true. White men feel a certain type of way about a black man and about his, perceived abilities, in the area of actual, all that, right? So there's a perceived ability that a black man has, and the white man feels insecure about that. And the white woman constantly going after the black man or approach, because they do, adds to the white man's insecurity. And so, but all this stems, and it's in your genetics, because back in the days, the wife would sneak out and she was, hunching the slate. I'm trying to say this without getting banned. I don't know what I can say, what I can't say. And that's, so it's ingrained, and now you have this insecurity, and she's still hunching the so it's not, I'm not saying it's not a valid insecurity to have, but it's there and you need to address it. And that's actually what led to a lot of the buck breaking activities, because white men have this insecurity about a black man. And you got to get past that, because you just got to get past it. You really do. You have to get past it. And white women also have this insecurity towards black women, which they don't want to admit either. But because their white husbands were doing the same thing, hunching the slave, or going outside, hunching, they were. And so they have this insecurity, and it showed all throughout, even them making the black women cover their hair and making them wear because they felt some type of way. Why was their husband, creeping out to go, with this lady who they say is beneath them, right? And so it's an insecurity, but it stems from years and years of behavior. But you're still presenting, it's still showing today. You should know it still shows in a lot of your behaviors that you do today. White men being overly, that's why they criminalize black men. They, just overly towards black men, because they still feel intimidated. You've really got to get past that. You really do. And white women still feel intimidated by a black woman, and that's part of the reason why they go after or approach and try to get with the black man. It's not about the man. They don't even halfway like the men half the time. They just want to prove a point, which whatever. But it's really, you guys, there's thought processes and things that you're operating in that you don't even realize you're operating in, and it's in there. You got to get it out and stop letting those old thought processes affect the way you do business today. There's no reason to be insecure about anyone, honestly. You got to get past that. You really do. All right, carry on. And I just want to add, I don't know what those outfits are called. Well, I know the corset, that where they cinch the waist, but where they put the fake big butt in, where they wore those dresses and they had like a fake big butt, they would always wear those, imitating our bodies. That's how long have white women imitated the body of a black woman? Think about it. That was before BBLs. Now they can just go get BBLs. But then they would have to put the corset to cinch the waist. But then they would wear the dress and they would put something underneath it to make it look like they had this big butt. But anyways, we have to get past that. Love the body you're in. But anyways, all right. I don't know what those are called. Put in the comments what those are called. All right, carry on.